Hi everybody and welcome to the Mental Toughness and Body Show. My name is Rob Evans and I'm your weight loss coach, health strategist and internationally published author, helping take your life, your business, your mindset from where you are right now to being unstoppable. And today I want to connect with you because today's topic is all about connection. And with COVID, me here in Melbourne, Victoria, still in lockdown, we're into our 6th month of some kind of lockdown right now, and it's starting to take its toll on many people around. And one of the things that I set as my objective this lockdown round, this is really our second big one, was that I wanted to connect more deeply with people. I want to connect with more people. I want to connect with people from around the world, not just locally, but I want to just have a bigger impact around the globe and coming from a genuine place in my heart. So in order to do that, what I did was I looked at who are all my active clients, who are the ones that I am communicating with multiple times a week because they're either doing classes, streaming, or I'm doing streamed PT sessions with them or coaching sessions with them. And then I looked at who are those clients of mine that are just not active right now because they want to be in the studio or they want to be in the park and they don't want to do a stream session. Who are those people? And then I looked at who are those people that have been inactive for, say the last 12 months. And I created a list of all those and then I just started contacting them. And all of them, what I did to start with was I thought if I just pick up the phone and I speak to each one, it's going to take me forever to get through them. So what I did initially was I did a pre-recorded message, something like this. So I use voice memos on my phone and then just message it to them. So I'd say, "Hi Dan, just checking in to see how you're going. Hope your business is still running well with COVID. Hope you and the family are safe, and just wanted to make sure that if there's anything that you need, then please feel free to reach out to me because I'm here to support you. We're in this together, and let's hope that we can see you again back in the studio really soon because I'm missing our conversations and missing helping get you the results. Take care. I'll see you soon." Something like that. And then I would tailor it for each person based on what I know about each individual because I know them all really well. And then I text that to them. And then what happens is you get some people that just ignore it. You get some people that respond. Then you get some people that phone you. And what it's really enabled me to do is, I guess, you connect on a different level with people. When the crap hits the fan, sometimes you find out who your real friends are. And I think it's often surprising because those people that you think, oh yeah, well they'll really enjoy hearing from me, they'll respond, and you just don't hear from them at all, ever. And you send multiple messages or try and call them or email them or whatever, and you just never get a response and think, wow, that's really surprising. I would have thought, given our relationship, that they would have responded to me. And then there are those people that just surprise you and say, wow, I didn't realize that my message would have such an impact on them. I guess as humans, we love to be cared for. And when someone reaches out with genuine care and love for you, then I think what that shows in people that, wow, this person is really different. Because let's face it, most people are pretty selfish. Most people don't care that much about other people. So to go out of your way to reach out to somebody that you haven't seen in maybe a long time with no hidden agenda, no like, how you going? Want to see if you want to do some training? It's not that. It's coming from a good place to say, look, I just wanted to see how you're going. And I only do it with the people that I genuinely care about. I mean, I'm not just picking people at random to do it with. It's those people that I genuinely have an interest in and really want to know about, like how are they really doing. And obviously the better I know somebody, the more the message is personalised. And it's giving me some great conversations. And I've had one with somebody over the last few weeks. I think it probably started about 3 weeks ago. I sent her a message. She reached out to me and she said, look, have you got time for a chat? Actually, she called me first. And we chatted for about 45 minutes. And like, she's really struggling. She's really finding it tough. She's isolating. She's by herself. She's got a dog, but she's pretty much by herself. And she said to me today, actually, it's surprising. I thought those people that were my friends would really be checking in. She says, I'm checking in on people, but they're not checking in on me. And she said, I'm really surprised. And I said, yeah, just what I said to you. Sometimes it is surprising. And anyway, we had a really good connection a couple of weeks ago. And then she reached out to me today and said, look, can we talk? I think I really need some more help with looking after my health during this time. Can we talk and see what I can fit in my budget? Not in those exact words, but that's what she was meaning. And so we had another long talk today, and I could see how she's really made a mind shift. And just my conversation with her has genuinely helped her change her mental state and how she feels about herself, and that she's ready now to start taking some action because she realises that COVID's wearing her down and she needs to change her approach to looking at it. So she's going to start doing that. And I thought, wow, that's really great. And then I get other messages from people where you can tell they're just so grateful to hear from me and that I would check in. Because I have a lot of people that are just by themselves. They have no one else really in their life. So, like not really a big family, or they don't have a partner or anything like that. So they don't have somebody really outside that circle that's checking in on them. So they appreciate it. And then when it comes to building new relationships, so for instance, I have about 4,500 people on Facebook, for instance, that are Facebook friends. And a lot of them I've never met before. We just become associated because of JT's network and everything, and we just connect that way. And so I'll reach out to people and see that we've got a lot of connections. It's like 500 plus or something connections. And I'll just say to them, look, obviously we've been friends for a little while. I don't think we've actually met before. I just wanted to see how you're going with COVID. How's your family? They're normally overseas somewhere. Is everybody safe? Are you well? What's it like? And really just trying to get conversations started with people to see how people are being affected in different parts of the world. And you never know where opportunities can lay, but really it's just about, I guess, harnessing the human experience and really doing it from a great place. So then I'm doing that with those people. Instagram, I'm trying to do that as well. Although, from my perspective, I see there's a lot more fakeness on Instagram. In other words, there's a lot of fake, I think, there's a lot more fake accounts on Instagram than there are on Facebook. And so people that are following me, you'll click on their profiles and it's like, man, this is just trash. They've got one post, they're following 6,000 people or something. It's like, what is this rubbish? So the messages that I send to people through Instagram, they're not really connecting with that many people, and they're certainly not responsive. Facebook is different. Facebook's a little bit different. I do the same on LinkedIn. I'm just reaching out to people that I don't even know, and just trying to build some more connections with people. And I'll ask the same thing, how they're going with COVID. They need any help with their health or their fitness or anything like that right now, and just trying to build a bit more of a community that way. So it's really important, I think, that you've got to, pull your family in close. My fitness family, I pull them in really close. It comes from a really good place because I care really deeply about people. I'm very loyal. I'm very loyal to people. I'm very loving, and I want to make sure that I can go above and beyond to look after people when there's a time of need. And that helps fill me up, like I'm doing the right thing. because it feels good. It feels good to be able to help people. I'm in a position where I am able to help people. It's not all about money. And when you can do that, it's just a nice thing to do. And I think people really, really appreciate it. So I'm working with a couple at the moment. They're going through a really, really tough time. And I said, look, I'll look after the finance side of it. I just want to give you a session a week so that you can stay on track with the fitness that you had prior to going into lockdown, and it'll be good for your mental health. And it's just an opportunity to have a conversation with somebody outside the same four walls. So they're really, really grateful for that. And there's just so many different stories. I could go through every client and talk about the conversations that I've had with them, and just the impact that the training, the conversations, the accountability is helping them with right now is really, really important. The other people that I'm connecting with are so I'm looking for higher profile people to connect with as well, for the purpose of interviewing them for this podcast, my other podcast series, the Rob Evans 365 one, and just building more relationships, as well as forcing me to step outside my comfort zone and step up, because it's easy to sit back and just say, well, I'm not going to reach out to people and ask them to be interviewed. Or you can say, well, actually, I want to do more of this. I want to be reaching out to that next level and that next level and that next level person, because it just challenges me. It makes me feel uncomfortable. And that's a good thing, because that's when you know you're growing. And then, as a result of that, you just don't know where opportunities may lie. But it comes from the point of I'm obsessed with success and finding out what people do and how they do it and where they've come from and their own personal transformation journey. It doesn't have to be a physical transformation. I'm talking about the mindset transformation from where they are to where they are. From where they were to where they are right now. So many people have come from a position of having no money to now having more money than they know what to do with, which was driven from pain and a driver and a love for a particular area, and it's just grown and grown and grown from there. And some people have been incredibly successful just from a local level, and others have been incredibly successful from taking it globally. It really just comes down to what it is that they're doing. But the more you stand in the room where you've got more successful people and you've got access to them, well, that's when more success is likely to come your way too. So I guess the point of today is to really reiterate the point of connecting with people, building those relationships, but perhaps you need to look at what's the roots of why you're reaching out to people. I think if you're reaching out for people just because of there's money here, then I don't know that that's the best way to do it. I don't know that that is going to serve you well in the long run. If you do it from a different place, so for me, it comes from genuine care about people. It comes from wanting to know, wanting to make a difference in their lives. That's when things start to change, because you no longer feel perhaps guilty about reaching out or connecting with people, because it's coming from that good moral solid fibre that you have that runs through your brains and your veins. That just makes it more powerful for you, and I think it makes it more sustainable as well. Because it's easy for me to reach out to those people that I really want to connect with, those ones that I know I'm coming from a good place. I know that they would benefit from what it is that I'm doing. It's not about forcing it down their throat, but really just about getting a conversation started and saying, well, okay, if they can see that I genuinely care, then they're more likely to reach back out to me and say, well, actually, I'm not ready now, but when I am ready, this is the person that I want to get to know a little bit more. This is a person that I want to perhaps do some work with, or maybe this is a person I want to just have a conversation with. You don't have to build any type of relationship with everybody you meet. But I think the bigger your circle, you just never know one day when you may need each other for whatever reason, whether it's a business purpose, a personal purpose. Maybe it's just to have a discussion about a certain topic, to get some advice, some guidance. That's always useful as well. I've got a number of colleagues where I would just say, reach out to and say, "Bang, can you tell me where I would go to for this? Or what's the best thing for this? Can you introduce me to somebody that would be great in this particular area?" When you start doing those things, again, I think you're coming from a different place and you get greater outcomes. It just feels good. It just feels good. So I'm enjoying the second lockdown from that perspective. I'm enjoying connecting with people. I'm enjoying the conversations that we're having, and the feedback that I'm getting from people is really, really fantastic. They feel good about it. I know that I'm helping them, and they're just really grateful for the fact that I've reached out to them in this difficult time. And again, even though it may seem like somebody else could look at it and say, well, you're only doing it because of, an ulterior motive, I know why I'm doing it. If other people think that it looks like that, then fine, but I'm not doing it from that perspective. I'm doing it genuinely to make sure that they're okay, because at some point we've had a business relationship. They've been clients, they either are clients, they were clients before, and I just care. I just want to make sure that they're okay, and if they need anything at all, then that's me playing my little part in helping them get through this pandemic in the best possible way, because the mental health side of it is starting to take its toll on people. And we've got another, about a week and a half, I think, before this 6-week lockdown is supposed to finish. We know it definitely won't. They're not telling us when, but they say prior to that 2 weeks, they're going to be having an announcement. Well, yeah, duh. That's obvious, isn't it? You're either going to tell us that we're coming out of it, which we won't, or you're going to say, well, we're going to lock down for another 2 weeks, 4 weeks. I think they'll probably go 4 weeks, and hope that the numbers come down from there. But mental health is just so important right now for those people, because as soon as they hear that, well, yes, you're going to be locked down again for longer than we said, then that immediately takes people to a bad place, a dark place, and it becomes a struggle. And, that's not good. And like I've said on my other podcast, just in the last couple of days, I think they could manage the whole thing differently. But what I can do is control what I think about, and I can control the impact that I have to help the people that are really, really battling right now. And also those ones that are doing well, to make sure that I can support in the ways that I can. So I'm sure that there are many opportunities out there for you. My goal for you today through this podcast is really just to get you to think about who you're connecting with and why you're connecting with them, and can you do more in this space and come from a really great place within you that helps serve them and helps serve you better in the long term. If you'd like to work with me more closely, all you need to do is go to thementaltoughnessandbodyshow.com. Go to the bottom, you'll find a link there where you can opt in for a free consultation with me, and I'd love to connect with you, have a conversation, and see what we can do together. Have a great day wherever you are in the world. Stay safe. I'll see you tomorrow.